Alright, well, good evening, everybody, out here on the YouTube channel. I hope you had a wonderful day. Happy Sunday. Alright, so I'm out here live to make some live music. Sunday night kind of set of music, and I felt like starting with the guitar tonight. One of my guitar tunes here. Pretty bad, sing on the tree, beautiful as can be. That's all to explain. Night from reach to reach so gracefully. He flies from the lovely. Send a message from me. I know it's more than I ever need. The sky, that's an angel, speaking out to say. Tell my love one day we'll fly together, free like birds in the sky. Tell once we find each other, we'll be inseparable. As the deep blue waters of the sea, we walk hand in hand. He'll never forget. Pretty bird, say no, oh, she pretty little man, oh, pretty bird, pretty little man. Oh, pretty and that's Pretty Bluebird. Which is love. Oh, you choose fear. It's up to you. It's up to you. Will you choose joy? And will you choose peace? It's up to you. It's up to you. We all came from different ways. There's trace of this, trace of fame. Can't be erased. We must stay strong, must not give in. Stand for peace, liberty, individuality, all beautiful souls. Spirituality really makes us human. And it's up to you, just as we are. Choose love, or will you choose fear? It's up to you. It's up to you. Will you choose joy? And will you choose peace? It's up to you. It's up to you. Oh, the truth that set us free. The world needs more honesty in the world. So beautiful, especially in the eyes of our faith. We must love ourselves before knowing anybody else. And then the love that flows the same goes. Change that to the new soul. Be that change you want to see. Choose love. And will you choose peace? It's up to you. It's up to you. Will you choose joy? And will you choose peace? It's up to you. It's up to you. And that was Will You Choose Love? As you all know, if you're not new to the channel, I have a video that I made for this song I just played on the YouTube channel. Will You Choose Love? And pretty self-explanatory kind of message there. Will You Choose Love is a song about how we all will be judged to the extent that we judge others. I truly do believe that not just because it's one of the biblical beliefs, so to say, but also just because in general I believe that is true. Uh, the extent that I judge others too is the extent that I will be judged by others, and so on and so forth. It all kind of moves around in a circle. But the song Will You Choose Love is more about kind of setting an example, of course, in how basically if you, any kind of a leader, that you first of all lead by example. And what that means is basically like the lines of the last song are pretty straightforward, you know, and the fact that whatever change you want to see in the world, or in your small circle of friends or whatever, you know, you have to be that person. What you want to see in others, you have to be also. So pretty much that's the basic message of that song. But I try not to ever repeat myself, so anything I've ever said about this song before in previous live streams when I played it, I know that I've said it. Thank you God, like I remember that. I'm pretty sure that I've never used the same words, you know. I try to vary it up if I'm going to talk about a song, and I know I previously have talked about a song of mine, then I always try to use different words for sort of telling a bit about what I feel really inspired to tell about any specific song. So here is the next song of choice. Now if you tuned in live this Sunday, just so you know, I of course always welcome song requests if you have any, so I probably will not be sticking around for too long tonight, and I'll switch to my other instruments as well. But I just felt like picking up the guitar, and you know, when I was clicking that go live button here, there you go. My other sort of calm kind of guitar songs, you know, very. I guess you could say this one's a pretty relaxing kind of tune here. It's me awake in my bed tonight. I guess reminding something right now. If I ever feel only I don't need you. my home, and you are my home. Oh, you made me flowers and kisses, you made me love and joy. Give me everything you got, melodies in your heart. And all the souls we write together. Give me so much room just to dream, and I try to out of my mind. And I try to think of you. These dreams follow another round. In the end, you are my home. And in the end, you are my home. The song I just played is called You Are My Home. And I wrote this actually quite a bit while ago. However, as you all might know, who are not new to my YouTube channel, is that I don't play this song very often. But I decided I wanted to make sure I played through it tonight. And I actually wrote this probably about, I don't know, my timelines always get kind of a little bit messed up, but I've been trying to be better. I've been trying to be better at remembering some of the timelines. I guess maybe perhaps I have a few people that inspire me to want to kind of remember such things, as some people like recently there's a few DJs, sorry, that I've been following. I kind of like to keep that a secret. I think I realize um, sometimes when I'm into and what I'm being influenced by, I don't really, sometimes I feel like I really don't want people to know that, because then I'm, then whatever ideas and the influences that are coming to me specifically, it's something that when I first write it, it's something that's really personal, and it makes you really vulnerable. As all songwriters will understand and artists know, but we all sort of feel and see things differently, and um, the best thing about that is that, and the reason why I'm not sharing exactly which DJs and such like this, because the truth be told, we all feel everything as artists. And another thing I want to mention, is that we feel a lot. It's a natural thing. I don't think you can be an artist of any sort unless you feel things more than other people, and where I'm going with this is really connected, like, to this song right here that's called You're My Home. And so yeah, I wrote this song about 5 years ago, but then probably, most likely, I think, maybe 5 years ago, I think. And when I wrote it, I wasn't really playing anywhere, but also, I wasn't really playing this song anywhere because I don't really play guitar. I mainly play the ukulele and the keys, but because I've been composing on my guitar a bit, I play my guitar on my YouTube channel out here. So, and yeah, but when I started, let's say, my Patreon page, when I first started the Patreon page, I kind of, and I made some recordings. I was going to just go ahead and kind of I was going to focus my Patreon page on just putting out like super new songs, on there to share with people that are subscribers, so and so forth. So with that, I'm telling you that if you're on Patreon page, you can hear the song again. It'd be one of my, it's somewhere in the very early audio mixes that I've posted. So, and then since then I haven't really been playing it all that much. So if anybody's curious, I don't mind talking about it more about the song itself, but I I kind of I don't really have much to say about this song that I just played. It's more my own personal beliefs, you know, sometimes have nothing really to do with the way that I write a certain tune. Really, I guess if I had to say something about the song specifically, and not just talk about, you know, where I have it available for streaming and, you know, why I haven't been playing it as much, but um, basically is that I'm one of those people who actually believes that your home as an individual is whatever your heart is, you know. I am one of those people. If you're not one of those people, it's okay. You know, thank you for enjoying my music anyway. I'm sure there's some music you connect to um, without, you know, going that, you know, personal and honest about what this specific song I just played means to me and what the title is. However, you know, that's kind of really what that song means to me. But what's so beautiful about music, as I have probably talked about and mentioned in some of my other videos, probably when I first started going live online, you know, is the fact that, you know, it doesn't matter how the songwriter feels about a song they wrote or whatnot, because every piece of music is going to mean completely something different to every single individual. And that is why music is so beautiful, you know, because um, we still kind of we can connect to people in that way that are so different from us. And in that kind of way is that um, each person just hears completely something different, you know, and in every song. And I think that's actually one of the reasons why music is so universal, you know. So yeah, that was a song of mine called "You Are My Home," and maybe I'll play at least another guitar tune here. Uh, I kind of went on this talk about all kinds of different things right now, and it's like I can go with it so many different directions and talk about so many different things just stemming from uh, you know, stemming from that fact. But I gotta play the next song. And thank you all very much for supporting me on the YouTube channel out here. Let's see. So on the guitar here, um, I think I'll go ahead and play a song along the lines of some of the things I just said, um, and how I haven't really been playing this song as much neither. And it's along the lines of some of the songs that I've written that sometimes I felt like they were making me feel too vulnerable, too like I'm being too open somehow, you know, to the public or anybody who happens to hear it. So, and sometimes as a songwriter, I have felt like I was being, like my energies were being blocked in some way, and I couldn't, you know, at some point, I felt as if, and I know that if any other songwriters are watching this or listening, you know, I know most of you guys would totally get it and understand where I'm coming from when I say, when you ever experience a moment where you're being too vulnerable or like more than you really want to be, um, with the public, you know, and you sharing things that you think should only be like your business and your own and nobody else's, then you know what I mean when I say like you felt maybe like your writing was being blocked. Like some of the things, some of the songs you already sort of thought you wrote in your head, they just weren't, you know, like as if they weren't really falling into pages as quickly as you normally used to have them fall, you know, into your music instrument, so to say, and through your words that you write, you know, and anyway, so yeah, this next song here is sort of an example of a song that made me feel, I think, too vulnerable too open. So anyway, here we go. From the start, she was straight up. It was so hard, even for me. Thought you were safe, but we're so honest with me. I had so many high expectations. Next on the line, involve myself in. You were honest all the way. Now we are songs on the radio, and we dancing to our favorite part, celebrating love. And you love me more than anyone has ever loved me before. You love me more. Now they play our songs on the radio, and it's you, and it's me, and it's all those things feel so we could be, that we could be, yeah. From the moment I looked into your eyes, I knew you got an ambitious strike like me. I knew for lifetimes we're gone, a fool's present, stars are shining, yeah. Some people think it's kind of cliche, but it was exactly what it was, and you know, you might have my hand, all you said. Now we are songs on the radio, and we dance and say we told you so, yeah. We can dance our songs on the radio. Oh, we found each other in this crazy world, yeah. Oh, we found each other in a crazy world, yeah. Oh, we are songs on the radio, and we dance and say we told you so, we told you so. No lies, you'll say you never lies. We told you so, yeah. So yeah, that's a song called Our Songs on the Radio. I'm gonna put the guitar down actually right now so that I can play some on my keys here, and it's a Sunday, so I decided that I definitely will. I'll make sure I'll bring out my ukulele and I'll check on to see if anybody has any song requests. Yeah, but so yeah, the song I just played definitely haven't been played as much, and actually I'd say for a bad reason, because it made me feel really vulnerable at some points, and you know, and I know that some might say and think, well, that's just the fate of being an artist or a songwriter or entertainer of any sorts, is that it's just part of the gig, so to say, you know. But I don't believe that it has to be that way, so I guess that's why I'm speaking on it a bit. No cloud to climb all the way. Feels to go up on stage with you by my side. Next time I feel it, now yeah. Well, the next time I feel it, I was so in love. I never thought I could live now. The way it feels to be so free. And we hold in your arms now. That's what the waves of our melodies, yeah. That's what the waves of our melodies. Every night when I gaze just an endless sleep, I can count you through everything. They're shining by my side, oh, about that all the time. I got an angel by my side, yeah. I never thought I could imagine the way it feels to be so free. And the way you hold me in your arms now, it's like the wings of our melodies, yeah. It's like the wings of our melodies, yeah. You will come to left to play, and then we'll be on our way. Making music in our studio at home, making music all day night long. I never thought I could imagine the way it feels to be so free, yeah. And the way you hold me in your arms now, it's like one of the wings of our melodies, yeah. It's like one of the wings of our melodies. It's like one of the wings of our melodies, yeah. Wings of our melodies. Yeah, you all might recognize this stuff. The stars and the clouds that they say, and the stars cause open all time, and the stars, and the stars, yeah, and the stars, and the stars, you leave her return to me. It's in the stars that you love me. It's in the stars you will never me. I can see in the stars and the hills every sight. In the stars, cause you know never dies. In the stars, you are the fly. In the stars, in the stars. is written in the stars. Of course, that tune is a tune I play a lot. Alright, let me know if you want to hear something. I think I'll play this one right here. Come to me, sweet love. Nothing ever more. Come to me, sweet love. Only you I adore. Come to me, sweet love. Fall into my arms. Come to me, my sweet love. Hold me with your charms. Come to me, my sweet love. Yeah. Strum the strings of my heart and show me your soul. Play the tune of love, yeah. Play the tune of love. Come on to me, my sweet love. Nothing ever more. Come to me, sweet love. Only you I adore. Come to me, sweet love. Fall into my arms. Come to me, my sweet love. Only one little arms. Come to me, my sweet love. Good night for you forever. Now I'll take the lonely road. If we cannot be together, rather be happy on my own. Yeah. Come to me, my sweet love. Nothing ever more. Come to me, my sweet love. Only you I adore. Come to me, my sweet love. Fall into my arms. Come to me, my sweet love. Warm me with your charms. Come to me, my sweet love. Come to me, my love. Come to me, my love. Yeah. Come to me, my love. 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 Yeah. One of my older happy songs here. Move along to the next tune right away, I think. This time. Thanks so much for tuning in. Anybody who's out here this Sunday night, you tuned in live, your song requests are welcome. Because I actually don't have a song set list. I thought about making one earlier today. I thought, well, and then I changed my mind. I was like, well, I'd rather just go ahead and play what feels good at the moment. So that's what I'm doing right now. Imagery is so clear in my mind. One day we'll meet, it'll be a beautiful surprise. You know there's people that told me that like you don't exist. See how amazing you are, right? Found it there. Never get worldly advice and you won't just settle for this. You be my king, and I'll be your queen. We'll be happy together, yeah. Forever, you be my peace, and I'll be your queen. We'll be happy together, yeah. Forever, we'll be happy together, yeah. Forever. lies and jealousy. People think I'm promising, they can never see the sunshine comes right off the rain. So they miss out on all the rainbows that could have flattened their way. Not so that I'll follow the strap to your way. Be my dreams, and I'll be your queen. We'll be happy together forever. You be my dreams, and I'll be your queen. We'll be happy together forever. We'll be happy together forever. Our hearts unite, our dreams combine. We'll always be together like one. You be my prince and I'll be your queen. We'll be happy together, yeah, forever. You be my prince and I'll be your queen. We'll be happy together forever. We'll be happy together forever. Oh, we'll never, ever be apart. Yeah. And that was a song called We'll Be Happy Together. Now I think I'm gonna play probably at least another couple of my keyboard tunes. Like I said earlier, I definitely want to do some ukulele tunes for this live stream. And my song selection for myself personally here will most likely be pretty much Sunday kind of, Sunday kind of songs. Pretty much is what I am doing this evening. So that's why I am checking to see if anybody has any song requests if you tuned in live. If not, that is what I'm going to do today. This evening in this set, I'm going to just pick songs that feel like Sunday kind of tunes to me. So, alrighty. So here we go. And then the topic I was talking about earlier, well, I definitely have a lot more to say about it. You know, how songwriting and being any kind of an artist is something that will at some point have that feeling of being really vulnerable to the public, and sometimes I feel like it doesn't matter what scale of success you had accomplished. At some point, it's just a part of, it is sort of part of the gig, but at the same time, it's such a thing. It just, we're, I guess, for each and every one of us, there has to be a certain line where the line is basically between kind of expressing ourselves through our art and music and such, and to where you also need, how much mystery do you need as a person, At the same time, psychologically speaking, I think, we do heal through talking about things and art and such other things. It's a tool, and not just for the artist themselves, but also for others who are listening. Sort of like when I wrote a lot of sad songs, I believe that people that happen to connect and hear those tunes were the ones who were also healing along with me from something. And no matter how personal the song was to me at the time, I'm talking about songs I used to write over a decade ago, for example, is that just sort of putting it into music or words or whatever, just kind of help to leave it in the past and let go of things quicker and better. And it's good psychologically to heal from any kind of any kind of past trauma, right? So yeah, that's that is a very important part of music making, or any other kind of form of art. However, what I was really talking about when I mentioned being too vulnerable, that, I think is the point where you reach when you think sometimes there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. And so yeah, nowadays I try not to overshare too much. And the good thing is I really don't even have to try. I feel like I can manage because I do write a lot of really, really happy songs, and I love playing them. So, but as I was talking about oversharing, when I first started my Patreon page, I felt that I did sort of overshare a few things, and as an artist, I feel like, and kind of been developing my intuition more and more over the last few years, and not really so much by choice. In a way, I feel that as far as my intuition goes, and I believe it's one of God's gifts, I think, to have good intuition is that the other sort of a downside sometimes is that you feel everything and you kind of know. And I guess we all have experienced some betrayals in our lives and other things, and it's just a part of life, And yeah, I think it's the truth when I say any artist out there, even if not with an artist with a very good developed intuition, even if you're just an artist who creates some kind of art, you do feel everything. So anyway, this next song I put up on my Patreon page, but I think I might have actually shared something about this song when I first posted it. I remember that I actually regret sharing, but I still play this song from time to time. This next song is more alternative and out of the box, and definitely I'll talk a little bit about it right after I play it. Before I play this song, I gotta have some water. It's one of those songs that happens to go up really high. But yeah, guess I'm talking about some regrets tonight. But as positive as I try to be, however, we all have some. Anyway, so here's the song. Sit on my head, you're just in my head. Just the other day, I wish to see you sail unexpectedly. Sit on my head, just the other day I called the bluebirds, picked up a rock and got sea again. And I think it's the way my heart called Is It All Just in My Head? I said I was going to talk about it just a tad bit before I move on to the next happy song I'm going to play. Promise you that for the next song for sure. Next song I will play definitely will be more like a lot of the tunes I like to write. But Is It All Just in My Head is definitely more alternative out of the box kind of song. And as I mentioned earlier, I did put it up on Patreon page as part of my earlier stuff that I've been posting on the Patreon page. And if you're a Patreon page subscriber, thank you so much for supporting me on there. I've been working on it for now a couple of years, and I love having new subscribers join. It makes me feel really more motivated to put up more new things on there. Recently, actually, not long ago, I decided that I was also gonna try to mix other art and put other things on there along with my songs, but of course my major focus will always be on music creating, even if I sometimes put up you know, a couple of paintings or something like that randomly, or I talk about some other art form like the chess game or something, you know what I mean? Just because I do that doesn't mean that my focus is ever going to stray away from my songs in any way or form, but sometimes I do that as well. So anyway, this song I just played, you can find it on there. The only regret I have about posting that is that I felt like I overshared, and that's one of those things I try not to do. I felt like I really overshared some stuff about like what the original muse happened to be for this song and such. So, and yeah, didn't make me feel so good, and perhaps I want to say that I could have wrote about other few different songs that could have been sort of inspired by this song in some way, but it didn't happen because actually it made me feel really bad oversharing this kind of stuff. And nowadays it's like I almost have to, in order to unblock myself from feeling that way and play the song and still enjoy it the way that I wrote it, you know, I kind of think I try to have new muses every now and then and just think about somebody that nobody would ever suspect I would think about in this song. For example, somebody who inspires me as an artist, another artist from a completely different state or something, you know what I mean? So that's how I feel like I unblock myself in my creativity from feeling blocked by oversharing and perhaps even people who didn't mean to necessarily telling somebody about it, you know what I mean, that maybe they shouldn't have, because I can definitely feel it and know that somebody shared what I said about the song with somebody that I didn't necessarily want the information shared with. So, all that said, the song I just played here was called Is It All Just in My Head? Coming up next, I'm going to play the kind of song I love writing nowadays. Because this next song is an example of me writing about the future, not the past, not the present. So here we go. Here's one of those songs. I think you know just how much you mean to me all along. And if they all never forget, we walked up on stage with me straining ash in my hand and say, so nice to meet you on our tunes. Can't believe I get to go on stage right after you. Now since then, we've been face to face. You always call me when I need you to. while we fly over. After a few years of friendship, yeah, we turned to solo acts around the world, yeah. We didn't see each other much while we turned festivals and such. Took quite a few songs together in the last couple of years or so. Then we decided to start a band. And it propelled our friendship into fate and the love. Now since then we've never been apart. And I play music from our hearts, yeah. Oh, 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 now I think about getting a German Shepherd bar, taking them all on the road with us, yeah. Oh, and that's our fairy tale story, definitely true in life. If you believe in real love, then you know you can have it all if you just try. And that song I just played is called Darling, futuristic kind of song, in my own view. In your view, it can mean whatever. But I promised you guys that I would play my ukulele songs tonight for the set, and I'd like to get to it. Meanwhile, I'll go ahead and play something fun here from the YouTube audio library. Here we go. What you just heard was a part of a track called 9 Lives by the Unicorn Heads. Alright, so then as I mentioned earlier, I am playing pretty much kind of songs that I'm picking to play are Sunday kind of night tunes. And tonight on the ukulele, I'm just not gonna put my foot tambourine on, because I'm just gonna do a couple of tunes. Unless any of you out here live right now and have a song request, I'll stick around if you want to play a little longer, you guys. But otherwise, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and play a couple of tunes only for this set of music. Thank you all so much once again for supporting my YouTube channel. Maybe one day I'll get back to play longer sets on it again, but right now at this point, I'm just I kind of like to at least make an effort to go live at least twice a week on the channel. And that's what I've been saying in almost, I guess, every other video I mentioned, that try to go live at least twice a week, but I might have to change it, you guys. Maybe to once a week. So, because I guess I had a pretty busy week this weekend. Yeah. I like creating new videos for the YouTube channel. I really do. I love it. But I've got to conserve some of my time, so to say. Sometimes it's hard to forget what belongs in the past. For my own sake, I must let it go. There's no one in life who goes mistake-free. Forgiveness, don't acceptance. I hope that God's grace shines on you and me. I will learn to forget what I cannot forget. I'll start with forgiveness and for judgments I have made. I'll accept the things I cannot change. I forgive just like God gives me. The rain washes away all the dust on the pavement. For the clouds bring water, what if sharps at the moon? There's no telling where that bird will lead tomorrow. And when she flies, oh, she doesn't look back on the soaking green trees. I will learn to forgive what I cannot forget. I'll start with forgiveness and judgments I have made. I'll accept the things I cannot change. And I forgive just like God forgives me. I forgive just like God forgives me. How did it go? How do I stop memory? There's no use of thinking how things might have been. The fear grows out here on itself. I will learn to forget what I cannot forget. I'll start with forgiveness and the judgments I have made. I'll accept the things I cannot change. Maybe I'll forgive you just like God forgives me. I'm forgiving just like God forgives me. I forgive you just like God gives me. So that was my song called Forgive, and I guess I'll go ahead and end on, I'm going to end on this song, I think. was so glad I could pop in here and do a quick little short live set. Thank you so much for always making me feel so appreciated and listening to my tunes and enjoying them each and every time, whether you're tuning in live or you're tuning in later. I really appreciate that. This all helps out my YouTube channel. Now, if you by chance are one of those blessed, lucky people who can support my music further, all my links are always down in the description field. There is links for the Patreon page and my virtual tip jars as well. Thank you so much, you all. And I see you all once again very soon.